Hi everybody. So before I even get into it, I just want to say for a long time I had been in this huge negative cycle, and at first I thought, yeah, I'm just going to take a few days to myself, and those days became weeks, weeks became months, months became years, and it was just such a low consistent point in my life. But now that I have not only just broken out of that cycle, I'm able to keep it consistent with where I'm at life and definitely a new outlook and direction. I feel like it's time to actually talk about what helped me get out of that, because who knows, maybe it can help somebody else. So let's jump right into it. I don't even know where to start. When I was going through my kind of negative cycle, I was sad, I was angry, I didn't know how to fully express myself. I would go into my shell a lot. I kind of pushed the world out, but also upset that the world wasn't asking me if I was okay. And that's one of the that's one of the things. Like I could not expect anybody to do what I wanted them to do. The only person I had control of was myself. And initially, how I would get through things was I would take a step back from everybody, literally everybody. I'd stop showing up because it got to a point where I'm going out, I'm trying to have fun with friends, but I'm just not happy. I'm not genuinely enjoying myself. I can't fake it and pretend for so long. So I would take a step back. That day would turn into a week, that week would turn into a month, that month would turn into a year, and it just would not change until I finally was just like, F it. I'm tired of feeling sad. I'm tired of feeling angry. I'm tired of feeling all these things. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. So F it. And honestly, that kind of changed how I looked at everything. It was like, for instance, it was like me having a friend, and me and my friend, like, we have good times, we have bad times, but it's such a big undercurrent of negativity, and I'm not feeling good in this. So I was just like, you know what? This is not working for me. This is also not working for you. Let's step back and let's not do this anymore. And sometimes it'll either lead you to going, you know, we're better off without each other because all we're bringing to each other is negativity. Or, you know what, I needed this time to heal, I needed this time to grow, and we could come back together and have a better friendship. It was something like that. It was pretty much me just going, you know what, these things are hurting me. I can't continue. I can't continue to put myself in this negative space, this negative aspect, and just allow it to continue. I cannot allow myself to continue hurting myself. And the reason why I'm saying continue hurting myself is because I'm physically putting myself into those situations. And it was when I decided I'm not going to continue with the things that are hurting me, that things that were for me, things that made me happy, started coming into my life, because I was kind of finding myself. I was finding out what was good, what was bad, where I need to work on, and things like that. So really, really, it was just like, F it. And not in a bad way, you know. Everybody does talk about like, oh, you have to be selfish, you have to put yourself first. Yes, you do, but not in a selfish way, in a selfless way, actually. So the difference is, like, if you're putting yourself first in a selfish way, you have no issue stepping over other people. And I personally believe in karma, so I'm just like, if I step over on these people just to make myself happy, somebody's gonna step on me. But when you do it in a selfish But when you do it in a selfless way, then it's kind of just like, I'm putting myself first, but I don't need to step on other people to get there. And that's really the approach I took. It was like, these things are hurting me, so I'm gonna say bye to those things. These things are making me feel good, so I'm gonna say yes to those things. If somebody disrespects me in any way, or if I feel some type of negativity, that's fine. Let me take a step back. But also, let me look at the people I have around me. Who actually cares about me? Who wants to be around me without wanting something from me? You know, and let me put my energy to those people. And I will say, especially when it comes to the people that I put more effort into in my life now, they reciprocate. They give it right back. So it's like, if I need help or if I'm feeling low, I could go to those people. They don't put me down. They don't make me feel ashamed for feeling how I feel. And they also take time to listen, understand, and be there. And I'm able to do the same thing for them. And I think that's how it should be. This world is very like, let me take, but nobody gives. And I think majority of people need to give. And if more people gave, everybody would receive something. If more people take, then majority of people will receive nothing. You know? I don't know how else to put it. I feel like my mind is all jumbled up right now, but I'm trying to just say that you have to be able to step away from what's hurting you. And sometimes, honestly, sometimes that could be your family. Sometimes that could be someone you love. Someone that could be your best friend. That could be so-and-so. But if right now it's hurting you, why are you going to consistently stay in a place that's hurting you? Nobody really understands your value, or at least, no, not nobody. Majority of the time, people don't understand your value until you're no longer there. So take a step back, reassess things, put yourself first, determine what your boundaries are, and it changes. So for me, I had to set up some boundaries, and I didn't learn what those boundaries were until I said, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I'm stepping away. And when I was no longer at the table, I learned how to make a table for myself. I learned how to take care of myself, put myself first, but also it allowed me the opportunity to invite people to my own table. And, you know, it's kind of just like, sometimes you need to put yourself first, you know, good or bad. Or at least, you know, actually, sometimes you need to say enough is enough. Good or bad, you need to put yourself first. And that's it. You know, your alphabet now starts with M-E. And if somebody has an issue with that, let them go be somewhere else. That's really all it is. You have to take time out to put yourself first. Find out what actually makes you smile, what actually makes you happy, because what you're doing at that moment, what you've been doing probably for a long time, isn't making you happy. You know, find the people, or at least take a look at your circle of people, even down to family members, even down to people you only speak to on occasion. See who actually wants you around other than just to take something from you. Yeah, that's just where my head is at, and how everything's going for me is, I was in such a low point, And when I took a step back, when I said, I physically did say, you know, I can't do this anymore, everything around me changed. My relationships with friends changed. My relationships with my family changed. The relationship I was in back then changed. And now I'm in a place where it's like I have a better relationship with my family. And also, I have boundaries set up, so I'm not being walked all over, and I don't feel taken advantage of. Same thing when it comes to friends. My circle has gotten drastically smaller, but the people that I talk to, whether it's on a consistent basis or once in a blue moon, it's honestly nothing but positivity. And in my relationship back then, it wasn't healthy. And now I'm in a relationship where it's like, hey, this is what I need. This is what makes me happy in a relationship. You know, I'm able to speak and say clearly whether I'm upset and whether I'm happy and what I would like to experience in this relationship. And I have somebody who takes that into consideration, who's also able to tell me their same things, and we're able to communicate. Honestly, it's the healthiest relationship I've ever been, not just in my relationship, but with my friendships and with my family. All those relationships are the healthiest they've ever been. And on top of that, it's just going on an incline. It's getting better. And I think a lot of that is because of me saying, I can't do this anymore. I'm setting up my boundaries. I'm setting up this. I'm not only just taking time out from myself and kind of disappearing from the world, I'm also taking time out to say, what makes me happy? You know, does watching movies at night make me happy? Okay, let's start there. You know, I actually really do like watching movies. Let me go to the theater. Let me do this. Or, you know, let me pick up something that I've always been interested in. Let me take a class. Next thing you know, you're making friends in that class and things like that. Like, take time out to do what you like to do, even if you have to do it by yourself. But yeah, I think the best way to put it is say F it. If something is hurting you, step away from it, set up a boundary, take time for yourself, look at your circle, see who's actually there for you, do things you like, even if it means doing them by itself. Because I almost guarantee you, once you take care of yourself, once you put yourself first, in a selfless way, not selfish, all these positive things, all these positive people, all these people that genuinely care about you are going to come out. They might not come out every day, but that's fine because you are in a positive space. They might come out once in a blue moon, and that is okay, because once again, you are in a positive space. And I guarantee you, it's just going to keep building. And then even the people around you, they're going to also be on this, I need to change how I look at things type of aspect. I need to set up boundaries for myself, because majority of the time, people don't set up boundaries. You teach people how to treat you. And if you keep letting them just hurt you, if you keep allowing yourself to stay in this space that is hurting you, they're just going to think that's okay. So my best advice with this is say, F it. This situation is not working for me. This situation is hurting me, so F it. I'm out. I'm setting up this boundary. This is not going to continue anymore. This is not. And I almost guarantee you, once you stand up for yourself, you learn what you can and can't tolerate. People learn what you can and can't tolerate. And you learn how to respect yourself at the end of the day. So I think that's it for my like little rant. I'm sorry if I was all over the place. It's literally off the top of my head. But, you know, Stand up for yourself. Say F it to things that hurt you. Set up that boundary. Find the people that love you, because I guarantee you there's at least one there, and all you need is one. And that one, at bare minimum, should be yourself. So, thank you for listening. I hope this helps. And if it does, let me know. If you need more advice or anything in any way, just message me in the comments. I will absolutely respond back. And I think you deserve all the love in the world. And I think the first person to give you that needs to be yourself. So, thank you. Bye. I could do this. I can do this. Whew. Let me shake off my nerves.